Here's today's In Touch devotion.
Today's scripture reading is Proverbs chapter 2. My son, if you will receive my words and treasure my commandments within you, make your ear attentive to wisdom. Incline your heart to understanding. For if you cry out for insight and raise your voice for understanding, if you seek her as silver and search for her as for hidden treasures, then you will understand the fear of the Lord and discover the knowledge of God. For the Lord gives wisdom. From his mouth come knowledge and understanding. He stores up sound wisdom for the upright. He is a shield to those who walk in integrity, guarding the paths of justice, and he watches over the way of his godly ones. Then you will discern righteousness, justice, and integrity, and every good path. For wisdom will enter your heart, and knowledge will be delightful to your soul. Discretion will watch over you. Understanding will guard you, to rescue you from the way of evil, from a person who speaks perverse things, from those who leave the paths of uprightness to walk in the ways of darkness, who delight in doing evil and rejoice in the perversity of evil, whose paths are crooked and who are devious in their ways, to rescue you from the strange woman, from the foreign woman who flatters with her words, who leaves the companion of her youth and forgets the covenant of her God. For her house sinks down to death, and her tracks lead to the dead. None who go to her return, nor do they reach the paths of life. So you will walk in the way of good people and keep to the paths of the righteous. For the upright will live in the land, and the blameless will remain in it. But the wicked will be eliminated from the land, and the treacherous will be torn away from it.
The world often evaluates decisions in terms of pros and cons, benefits and drawbacks. What happens if those of us who are believers apply that same thinking to spiritual matters, asking, what are the benefits of following God's wisdom? Or in other words, why should we seek to obey the instructions given in Scripture? First of all, in seeking God's wisdom, we acquire a deeper understanding and knowledge of Him. Our perception of life changes when we know the Lord intimately. He gives us the ability to see ourselves, others, and situations from His perspective. And as biblical principles permeate our mind, they shape our response to life's challenges. Second, God promises to guide and guard us when we walk wisely. Nothing outside His will can penetrate the shield of protection around those who seek to obey Him. When we let His wisdom enter our heart, discretion prevents us from engaging in foolish or sinful relationships that would draw us away from Him. Godly understanding doesn't become ours simply because we want it. Such benefits must be sought out. If you receive the words of Scripture and let them fill your heart and mind, the Lord will reveal Himself to you and give you His discernment.